Now we're going to get into the future, and you guys surprised me. You came up with about an hour's worth of questions from the floor, so we're going to have to keep moving. In running the Williamson County Coordinated Campaign Effort in 2014, you both, I think, alluded to that. But how do you balance your resources and volunteers across our abundance of local candidates? Karen? Well, I was told I was choosing Braden's first, so I've been choosing him too many times to go first. So, yeah, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry, I let myself get distracted. The main point of this one is...
How do you balance, and I'm talking mainly about the Coordinated Campaign Effort for 2014. And actually for 2016, how do you balance your resources and your volunteers across the abundance, thank goodness, of local candidates? I think you could probably run that. You were talking about get out the vote earlier. I think that would probably fit right in with that.
We have, and it is an interesting and a happy problem to have, that we have more candidates than we've had since the late 1990s. So we are going to have to figure out ways to make the candidates' resources that they need to win available to them. Some of that means that we need to continue in our efforts to increase the party base. Some of that means that we need to carefully attend and have a coordinator who will be able to make sure that everybody knows what everyone else is doing. So that when we have people who are willing to do block walking, we make sure that we don't have block walkers for Louis Minor and block walkers for John Busey and block walkers for Joel working in the same neighborhood, knocking on the same doors in the same weekend. We need to spread out the efforts of our volunteers to make sure that each of the candidates is getting adequate cover, and that it's especially important that we're identifying more and more Democrats. We need to make sure that some of the tasks that are shared get handled as a group, so that when we are doing signs, when we are doing block walking, when we are handing out push cards, that we make sure that more than one push card gets handed out at each door knock, that we have push cards for every single candidate available to be presented to our voters. It is difficult to balance the people who are going to be there. We already have the party office open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day of the week. But the office actually has more people there all the other times because of the active usage of the party office. So we need to make sure that we share our resources for volunteers, that we share our resources for printing, that we share our resources for enabling everyone coming into the party headquarters to be able to hook up to the Wi-Fi. There's tons and tons of little things that will benefit all of the candidates, and we need to make sure that we maximize that. And we also need to make sure that we carefully work to bring individual candidates to commit to specific individual volunteers to commit to specific campaigns as well. It's a difficult problem. It's a wonderful problem to have because we have so many candidates. And we're looking forward to solving those problems, and we've made some good effort at doing that already. So I hope that if you're not volunteering yet, you need to get involved and come and join us.
Thanks, Karen. Braden, how do you balance resources and volunteers across the local candidates?
You know, every time there's a house on fire, we never have enough people there. For some reason, city councils just don't seem to send enough guys and women and teams and trucks to every single fire. We're always balancing resources. That's something that I do professionally in highly critical stress situations. But at the party level, this is easy. I gotta disagree a little bit. I don't think that this is a hard thing. Because one of the most important things you have to remember, they're volunteers. And it's very difficult to tell a volunteer who they're going to work for. Anybody who was around in 2008, anybody who was around in 2012, anybody who's been around some of these past campaigns with these rock star candidates that we've been bringing out, from the Clinton-Obama primary, all the way down through Diana Maldonado in the general, Obama again in 2012. I mean, you don't tell a volunteer who has a fire burning inside of them that has brought them up to go work for free, knocking on people's doors to talk to them about politics. Oh, I apologize, I need your resources allocated over here. It doesn't work. What we need to be doing is not talking about resource allocation. It's not about telling people where to go. We need to grow the pot. I think we're looking at the problem backwards. You're telling me that how do we balance our limited resources? I want to talk to you about how are we going to get more? How are we going to get more volunteers? Now, I don't want to tell a volunteer who wants to work for John Busey that, hey buddy, I'm sorry, but Louis called it this weekend and you can't go there. That's not a good plan. The reality is we want to be talking about how can we get more volunteers into the party? Where are the young people at? Where's the diversity at? Where are all of the other people that we, where's the future of our party? That will fix the problem, Jody. I want 2 new volunteers. I ain't got enough room on the sheet for them. And when it comes to coordination, I helped work intensely in the coordinated campaign, organizing big campaigns and small, working together. We need shared calendars. We need technology. We haven't talked about technology yet. And I realize I am the iPhone age, coming around to the internet generation, going on and on about mobile web, but why aren't we using the Texas Van mobile app to log in and update voter information on the spot? Why aren't we copying Travis County with maps and lists of who isn't registered door to door in your neighborhood that you can print? Why aren't we doing it smarter? It's not just about allocating our resources. Let's grow our resources and let's be the technical geniuses that we can be in 2014.
Well, your answer goes right into my next question.